Hello and welcome to my living room. We are here today so I can demonstrate for you a few of my favorite movements utilizing the booty bands. You are going to love these. You can take your fitness anywhere, on vacation, to the office, to the gym, outdoors. In fact, my outdoor boot camps that I do here in Florida, and anyone who's been to Florida knows it's hot, humid, and sweaty here, and these hold up beautifully. They don't roll, they don't slip, they really can handle a nice, vigorous, intense, sweaty workout. So with that said, our first exercise is the kickback, and it's a super easy one to do. Put your band on. You can have the band either above your knees, below your knees, or at your ankles. It'll be the most challenging at your ankles. So you may want to hold on to something for stability, but not necessary. You're going to stand and kick one leg back once you feel that tension and just pulse it. Now you can see how small of a movement this is when you have the band low around your ankles. You can move it up and the range of motion you can have more range of motion, but the band doesn't feel quite as tense as it does when it's around your ankles. And you can do, anywhere from 20 to 30 to 40, even 50 of these at a time. It depends on when you really feel your glutes fire up and when you really feel that nice booty burn. So good luck with that one. You'll love it. This is one of my favorite exercises with the band. It's the lateral walk, and this does a killer job of firing up that upper part of the glute. For this, I typically use a heavier band, and so as you know, that's the snake band is the heavy band, but of course, if it's a little bit too much for you, then you can go ahead and use the moderate band. So with that said, let's put this on. Position it right above the knees. If you want to make it easier, lift it up a little higher. If you want to make it more challenging, you can push it down a little lower. To do the lateral walk, put the band on right above the knees. Then you're going to step your feet out so that there's tension in the band, and you want to keep the tension in the band throughout the entire movement. You're going to lower into a partial squat, and then you're going to take little steps in one direction. Step it out. If you want to make it a little more challenging, get deeper into your squat. And then steps in the other direction. Now, because we're on a video here, I'm only doing about 4, 5, 6 steps each direction. Typically, I do about 15, 20 steps in each direction before I switch and go the other way. And this is really burning my booty already. And so that is your lateral walk. Okay, so if you liked the lateral walk, you'll love my square walk. And it's basically a similar kind of movement, but instead of just walking side to side, you're going to switch and do some forward walking and some backward walking to fire up different areas of the glute. So let me give you a quick demonstration. Okay, so for this fun little square walk, we're going to take steps to the side, to the back, to the front, and to the side again. And just like with the lateral walk, you want to get into a partial squat. The deeper you go, the harder it'll be. Get tension in the band, keep tension in the band as you're taking the steps. So let's get to one side here, and we'll go walk to the side. Again, I'm only showing you 4, 5, 6 steps, but typically you'll do something in the 15 to 20 range. Then forward, backwards, and back to the side. There you have it. Okay, so our next exercise is the tiptoe squat, and I'm using a moderate band for this, but you can certainly use a heavy as well. And I'm choosing the floral. So with this exercise, you're going to position the band typically right above the knees, but again, if you move it up, it'll be a little easier, and you move it down, it will get more difficult. So with that said, let's put on our bands and get to work. You're going to get your feet wider than shoulder width, so you'll have a nice tension in the band lower down into a squat. Shift your weight to one side, keeping the weight focused in that heel. Then this other foot is just lightly tapping. There's hardly any weight on the side there. And pushing through the heel of the leg that has all the weight, you're gonna go push forward and back. And your toes just lightly touching forward and back. And you're gonna really feel the glute of the leg that's planted really firing up. Typically, I'll do 10 front, back, so that's a total of 20 movements. So front, back is 1, front, back is 2. I'll complete 10 on this leg and then switch to the other leg. Enjoy. Okay, let's amp up our lunges. We're gonna be doing reverse lunges with a kickback. For this one, we are using 2 bands. So I put the moderate a little higher and the heavier a little lower. And let me turn to the side so you can see. We're gonna go back into reverse lunge and together and reverse lunge together. Once you have that motion comfortable, then we're gonna add the kickback. So reverse lunge and kickback, down and kickback. Keep your weight focused in the front heel. Keep your tummy tight, your torso up. And once you get comfortable, you can hold some dumbbells as well. I typically do 15 to 20 reps on each side. And why the 2 bands? As you can probably imagine, it just creates more tension, makes it more difficult, and you are going to love the burn. I can't wait to hear how you do. Okay, so next up is the bridge. This is an excellent exercise for firing up the glutes and getting a good stretch in the hip flexors. You're gonna position your band above the knee, moderate or heavy band is appropriate. Then you're gonna lay on the floor with your feet flat on the ground. Position your feet so that your fingertips can just about touch your heels. And then the band is above the knee. Spread your feet out so there's a little tension in the band. And then drive your hips to the sky. Get a good contraction at the top and back down. So I typically like to do about 20, 25 reps. And then at the end, hold the contraction at the top and pulse the knees out to the side. That adds an added challenge to the glute. And so it looks like this. Up and pulse it, pulse it, pulse it out. Again, something about 20 to 30 reps on that pulse out and the isometric contraction at the top. And then take a little break. If you need more of a challenge, you can certainly add more reps, or you can put a dumbbell or barbell in your lap for some added challenge. So have fun with that one. It's a really good burn. Okay, so the quadrupled hip extension, that's what we're going to be working on now. This is something we've probably all done before, but probably not with the booty band. You're going to get on all fours, use a heavy or moderate band above the knee, and get a little bit of tension in that band. And that's when you start feeling the tension, that's going to be your bottom point. And from there, you're going to kick up to the sky and down. Really squeeze the glute of that working leg at the top to maximize that contraction. You want to make sure you keep your body nice and square, your core tight. Typically do anywhere between 15 to 25 reps at a time. I'll do all the reps on one side, then switch to the other leg. And I hope you love those movements, and good luck. I would love to hear from you. Please reach out to me on social media or via email. I want to hear how these bands are doing for you. I want to hear how your workouts are going, incorporating them. And until then, keep your booty tight and your spirit light.